And out on a walk this afternoon on lunch break out to the park, and we have a beautiful day with a beautiful society, country that we live in. And I think a lot on the ideas. I'm not really sure if idea is the correct word, but current issues with our infrastructure. And I would like to think that we can do a whole lot more with our resources and our energy when it comes to our infrastructure problems. And I think we really need to be a bit bold. I think we need to be a bit more creative. And I think we need to also think back in time a little bit and to see what technologies and past infrastructure can do for us now. And we're going to got a little bit of a nature trail here. Let's see what we can walk into. We'll see if we get eaten by mosquitoes. If we do, we'll have to turn around. Our proposition that we all really live on, the proposition all men are created equal, a very solid foundation, solid principle, is something that we need to elevate to new heights. This idea, I think there's a lot we can do when we come to see our First Amendment right in a bit of a different perspective. Not so much as just speech, as in speech itself, but truly as a necessity to be creative with your whole speech. That means not just your political opinions when you believe your rights might be being trampled on, but truly taking up your right with courage to participate in society with an identity, a unique identity that fulfills your potential and adds to the fullness of our human potential in our society, pushing the limits of our knowledge, our creativity, of what we can become. And that is what I believe we should begin tackling with our freedoms as we face this proposition. We stare it down and discover what more can we do with this idea, or what more can this idea become. And I'm starting to get eaten by mosquitoes a little bit, so we're heading back out to the pastures out here, green grass, and away from the mosquitoes. And we'll just stay to the perimeter. Our First Amendment right is one that requires a lot of energy. And what we've become is really a society that hasn't quite strengthened the mind and body to really fully engage with the potential that our First Amendment right promises, and has been slowly, a bit chaotically directing us towards this bark of liberty that we're all on, called to fulfill. This First Amendment right takes a lot of energy. If we can begin diverting some of our resources, some of our intellectual resources and power away from that which is I guess you can say, leading us towards a bit more towards hedonism instead of towards a creative spirit, I think we can come to see discourse, the freedom of speech, our proposition that all men are created equal. I think we can become to see them in a different lens, in a more enlightened way, one that gives us power to not only strengthen ourselves, but hopefully lift up others around us. Wonderful baseball field. You know, if we developed our infrastructure a bit more to where it will increase participation and promote various means of transportation other than just the automobile, but more maybe walking, biking, different public transit, I think we can see a society where we have a very robust participation, which could lead to further strengthening of the societal First Amendment right, where we all just are speaking more and engaging more. And right now we are kind of all tongue-tied with all the social media, with all this division in the politics, which is not like we've never been through this before, but we are on the precipice where we could truly take what we have, what we built, what we stand on, and lean into a new realm. All just by looking at our First Amendment right, the potential and power it has, and our responsibility to utilizing that First Amendment right to making our lives better and everybody else's lives better around us. It just takes a bit of a creative spirit, some enlightenment with eyes of understanding, and having some courage to kind of step off the edge a little bit and know that by the grace of God you're not going to fall. And if you do, well, it probably won't really be that far, and it won't hurt, and you just get back up. So thanks for joining me today on this little walk and this little discussion.